Welcome back to Ultimate Rebuilds. In this episode or series, I'm teaching you how to build your own Volkswagen Mini Bike inspired thing. So stay tuned. You're gonna need a few things before you get started. First off is some Volkswagen fenders. Second off is a mini bike. You kind of need those two things to start off. Once you get those, you can start focusing on more stuff, like what motor you want to put in it, whether that be gas or electric, and other stuff like details you want. If you want like bigger tires, or in my case, I put like a bicycle seat on it and better handles. That's stuff you can worry about along the line. I'm gonna go ahead and link everything I use and like stuff that you can buy online for this build. I'm gonna link the mini bike frame and the electric motor I'm using, and then like handles and other little bits and pieces. I'll link that all in the description for all my episodes, so you guys can look for that. Now, the beetle fenders, you gotta have to find those on your own. I don't think, there might be a company out there who remanufactures them, but they're gonna be on the expensive side, and I don't know if you wanna put $300+ into your fenders that you're gonna cut up. So that's gonna be on you to find, whether that be on Craigslist, Facebook, Marketplace, eBay. That's somewhere you gotta find. Now, with that being said, the first thing I like to do is cut up my fenders and weld them together, get that body made. That way, whenever we're cutting our frame, we know how much to cut off and shorten. So let's go ahead and start tearing this fender apart. It came with a few headlight things and the turn signals, so we're gonna take those off and start measuring it up, try to get it right in the center, so whenever we cut them both, they'll just slide right in, and hopefully it works out pretty well. First time I did it, it worked out perfect. Let's see if I can 2 for 2. Next, we're gonna get our tape measure, and we're gonna get our tape, and we're gonna find the center point of the actual headlight mount. Go straight down, and there's a couple bolts right here for where the turn signal used to be. I like to go straight to that, all the way to like about right here, and that's where we cut, and cut the other one the same way. We got it mostly tacked in place. The reason I go like every once in a while welding spots is so I don't heat up the metal so much where it starts warping. That's what you do with like most panels. And I still got this to do. It's a little bit of a gap right there, but nothing I can't fill. And then down here in my the last one I built, oh God, falling. I cut out this area and made it, you know, arch more. I think it looks better like that, so I'm gonna do the same thing. That way it doesn't come to a point, it's just gonna arch with it. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut that out once I finish welding this up, welding that up too. And then we gotta find a piece of metal to fit all this, and should be good. Another thing you may notice, this fender is pretty damaged. If you can look at it right here, and then look at this side, it's like, it's kind of bowed in a little bit. So we'll take care of that once we start fixing all these dents and rough spots. It's like bowed out right here too. You can see that. So if we push this part out, that should go in and make everything look symmetrical. All right, we got everything welded and grinded down. You see what I'm talking about here? Because it's a lot smoother, flows more, it doesn't come to a point. So next step is to cut out a piece for back here. I got this cardboard as a template, which I was gonna use, but it just fell. So I'm gonna trace it, cut it out, and use this metal over here I had from the Figaro, and cut it out. All right, we got it all welded up. Everything welded down, grinded. Just have to fill in these holes. And I'm probably gonna weld the inner side too, just for extra support. I don't think it really needs it, but you know, just in case. So now that we got that done, we can go ahead and pull the mini bike in and start disassembling it. We need to take off all these fenders, all this stuff, the seat, and eventually the engine. So let's get to it. Alright, we got everything. Just get my knee pop. Ow. Alright, we got everything taken off of it that we need to. All those plastic pieces, the seat. Had to cut off this piece because it wasn't coming off. So next step is to start cutting up more stuff. We're gonna cut off this back seat mount. We don't need it anymore. It's just taking up room. And cut it off here, 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 and here. We're gonna cut off these support brackets. We're gonna replace those later, so don't worry about that. We need to cut them off because we need to shorten this. This all needs to come in like 6 inches. So we'll cut that off, move the forks closer, and then we'll cut the rear forks off, the rear axle, whatever you wanna call it. Stuff that goes to the rear tire. We'll shorten that a little bit. I'm gonna try to save as much as I can back here, just to avoid flipping, because the seat has to mount like right in this area for it to look right and for you to be able to steer without steering right in your chest. So seat has to be right here. The further the tire back can be, the better, but it's gonna have to come up at least a few inches. So we'll see. We'll have to shorten the front end first and see how much room we can play with. Let's go ahead and just cut this off and start cutting the forks off, I guess. Start cutting stuff. And that's a quick way to just ruin your mini bike. I'm just kidding. Yeah, we got everything cut off. Next step is to start heating up all this, bending it down. I need to bend this down probably like 3 inches right here. And I need to bend this in and then bend it back out right here. I'm just gonna do that tomorrow. It's getting pretty late and I'm tired, so I will catch you guys in the morning. It's the next morning and I got all this cleaned up. This is where all the mounts were welded on. I got it all cleaned up and I got this. It's still a little hot. That's the neck piece that used to be right here. It used to be right here. And yeah, now I'm gonna go ahead and start bending it. I need to get my torch and heat up down here, bend this back, and I need to bend this down a little bit. Yeah. Let's just do that.
Tell me that you love me and you need me, but leave me at the drive. Oh, ooh, I thought it'd be me and you. Ooh, I guess it wasn't true. If I only knew what you put me through, I don't deserve this. I thought it'd be me and you. Baby, still call me at the end of the day, and then you have nothing else to say. What do you want me to say? Try blending my emotions. I know you're about to be oceans away. Please quit asking me to stay. I'm weak under your grasp, and my heart, it won't last. No, my heart won't last. I thought it'd be me and you. I guess it wasn't true. If I only knew what you put me through, I don't deserve this. I guess there was never me and you.
All right, the front fork is all fitted on. Looks pretty good. I gotta touch up some of the welding a little bit, but let's go ahead and throw this thing on it, see how much room we gotta make back here for everything to fit in there. It looks like it's gonna be about the same amount, but let's throw it on and see. Okay, I don't know how much I can actually show you, just because it's hard to see underneath here. But, I mean, it's fitting, but it's like on the tires itself. It's like wedged on there. But I think I can make this a little bit longer than the last one. So hopefully that can prevent some of the wheeling. I don't know if it's gonna prevent it all. But as you can see, the tire is completely bald, and that's gonna give me another 1/2 inch once I put a new tire on there. So yeah, I think 2.5 inches should be pretty good if I cut off. So let's just go ahead and start cutting, I guess, and see how it looks.
It's everything I can't think of. Waking up anew, wasting time is all I do. But now when I'm with you, so much time, nothing to do. I'm dropping you texts now. You said you want me when it starts. Being with you just feels right. You said we could meet it when it starts. Yeah, I'm really being honest. I want this to last. Said you wanted honest. I'm giving you my hand.
All right, we got it on and it fits. There's about 1/2 inch on each side, maybe a little bit less than that, but we can trim the fender in a little bit. That's what I did with that one, just so we can have full turning radius. And yeah, it looks good. Next step, I'm gonna finish welding up all these spots. That way we know it's made. You might notice I put on another tire. This is my new tire. I got a new one for the front too. I haven't put it on yet, but I just need to make sure that with the actual tread, it's gonna fit underneath here. So yeah, let's finish welding this up and then we'll figure out what to do from there. All right, I just ran out of welds, so I think I'm gonna call it there. Yeah, next episode, we're gonna finish up this little pieces I need to. I need to go buy more weld. I'll add some bracings in certain places, like I did that one. And then we can start working on engine stuff, or motor stuff. Try to get that all mounted, figured out where I'm gonna put the batteries. Maybe take it for a test drive and see if it wheelies this time. I got some more parts on the way. Hopefully they don't get delayed that much. I know everything's getting pushed back a lot, but can't really help it. So, until next time, I don't know when the next video is gonna be. Like I said, I'm trying to put out 2 or 3 a week. So, I'm trying to stay on that. But until next time, I will be quarantined. So I don't know what to say. Bye. Wait just a minute. I need to get in the habit of doing this, and I'm just gonna keep forgetting until I just keep doing it over and over again. But I have a business email. I'll link that right here. I've had a bunch of emails from like fans and stuff, and thank you for that. It makes me happy. So I don't care if you guys send me emails. Why is my nose so itchy? But also Instagram. I have that too. If you have an Instagram, check me out. I post a lot of behind the scenes stuff. Daily story pictures of what I'm working on, so you can get a bunch of behind the scenes stuff before it's on YouTube. So now that's it, I think. Yeah, that's it. I'll catch you again later. Bye.